From Waikiki to the
To the
Keys. And everywhere in between, it is Shore to Shore. What's up, team?
Hey, thanks for starting us off with some music, yo.
Of course. You gotta.
Does it have to be so, like, elevator music? Can we get, like, some, I don't know, hip-hop or something that's today and not something that you're worried about because you're the anxiety partner that you're worried about we're going to get a legal lawsuit for playing?
That's the whole point. So, I say it all the time. One of us has to be the responsible one, okay? And it sure as shit ain't you. So anyway.
No, it's not. It's not.
So you made it. Yeah, you made it. You made it back. I can tell.
Yeah,
your house is okay.
I'm here. Chewy's here.
Chewy's here.
My Shore to Shore logo is
nice,
here.
Nice.
Thanks to you.
So, for today's podcast, we really wanted to focus in on one topic, and it's going to be more of a, it's definitely a more serious topic. And
yeah,
that would
be.
I like how you laugh about it.
Because you said it was serious. Death is fucking so apparent. If I have a quote for you. If we are not visiting our mortality every day of our life, then are we truly living?
What do you mean by that?
Deathbed people. Okay. I mean, if we're not realizing how precious life is, are we really living? Right? And to do that, we have to become friends with death. So that's what the show is about today.
So, well, it's about assisted suicide, really. But death is, of course, a big part of that. And I got to admit that I do something pretty morbid every week. And I call it microdosing death.
So explain to us what that is, please. Because I know.
Because I'll freak out. I have in the past, and I will freak out if someone I care about dies. So I think about them dying.
You do. You get
or
weird.
Someone. I do. At least once a week, I think about someone I care about dying. That way, when that day comes, I don't just lose it and just go completely bonkers crazy like I have in the past. So that's my thing. But
do you think? Can I ask you something though?
Okay.
Do you think that really helps? Microdosing death? Do you think that's really going to help when the person dies?
It already has.
There's no difference between what I was saying, visiting mortality every day, and microdosing death. It's the same shit.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Cool. So assisted suicide or physician-assisted suicide basically is, being someone who is terminal. It's basically you have so much time left, whether it be a year or a month, and a doctor giving medication and allowing you to end your life on your terms. How do you feel about that? Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I love this. Let's get our opinions out there.
Okay.
I feel like let everybody on this planet do whatever the fuck they're doing as long as it doesn't bother someone else. And here's where I think that it gets wonky. So I'm open to it. You know what I mean? I'm open to it. Here's where I think it gets wonky is that, this is where it gets more wonky than anything. Okay. Death does affect other people. So that's why I think this is an interesting topic. How do you feel about it?
Personally, for me, I wouldn't. I say that now, right? I'm not in that situation, but I would try everything. I don't care what it is to keep on going because I don't know. I want to believe that there's something after, but I want to try to live life as much as possible. And that's why we're doing this podcast. That's why we're doing the things that we love to do, right? Yes. And but if I was put in that situation, I could feel differently. I understand why. I see the why, because I've seen someone, die a horrible death from alcohol. And seeing, just knowing that it's horrible. There's certain deaths that, you want their pain to be eased, and not every state allows it. Hawaii passed the first bill back in 2018, and it was the Our Care, Our Choice Act in 2018, and it was just expanded last year in 2023. And Florida, they tried to pass theirs, but it actually failed. So Florida is still, it's on the docket, but it's not legal where you are.
Is that a red state, blue state thing? Is it legal in Hawaii?
I think the lines are pretty much around that area. Where it's legal, where it's not legal. All the West Coast, it is legal. Assisted suicide is allowed. All along California, Washington, Oregon, Hawaii, Maine, and in Middle America, right in the middle, it is prohibited. Basically, you got your Texas considering it, Florida considering it, Nevada considering it, but yeah, definitely, it kind of falls along, I would say, those lines.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
So what would you do if it was like that? What do you think you would do?
Okay, so I think you asked a question. How do I feel about it? How do I feel about it for other people is what I answered. Like for the world, right? How do I feel about it for myself? Like if I would choose to do it? I don't know. I mean, I've had my second album. I'm just going to be super candid about this. My second album was about wanting to die legitimately, like after a horrific divorce and a tremendously toxic relationship that sent me down to the gutters, where I considered it and even attempted suicide. Yes, really? I did. That is fucking honest. And you can even make this a short, because that's how much I believe in talking about suicide, because it's real. And I think that we all think about it. And obviously I'm in a good place now, so please don't worry about me. But coming from somebody that has attempted it and thought about it, that's why I think I'm open to it for other people. When it comes to me choosing to do it for myself, I've kind of found myself, I don't think that I would do that again. But who's to say? I mean, I think that the things that are on the table here are, if you are maybe paralyzed or not living up to your, maybe something physical, right? But I live in a realm where I'm meditating daily and also reading books about how people can heal themselves. So I'm thinking that there's always kind of a way out in that way, but I'm still not going to judge somebody else for their decisions. I'm not God. Well, actually, we all are God, but I'm not that kind of God where I'm going to judge somebody for it. And I know that that's where it gets really religious and even political and all this other bullshit. But I would never, for me personally, that was a long-winded answer, but I think there was some good shit in there. I wouldn't decide to do it in this lifetime, no.
So 2 things I want to take away from that. I like the term religical. I think I'm going to try to use it.
Did I say religical?
You said
yes.
Hey,
yes.
Don't get religical on me.
That's
secondly,
what it essentially is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and actually those, there are people for assisted suicide, of course, and then you have there's reasons why it is, people are against it. And that is, first of all, the Hippocratic oath that all doctors take to basically cause no harm. So it does go against that. And religion, it's like if you were to kill yourself, you're giving up the gift that was given to you. So, you're going to go to hell or some other realm or something else. So there is, the cons and the pros for it. But once again, we'll never know unless we are in that space right there, that moment in time where, that does happen. So it really is one of those things that, you don't know how you're going to react when it does happen.
What about you? Would you judge somebody that chose to do it?
Would I judge somebody that chose to do it? If they were given like this is it, like this is about to be the time? No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, so would you attend an assisted suicide event?
No, I would definitely. I just don't think. That's the thing for me. I
think that's what we're about to get into, though. I think that's
right.
What
yeah, we are. Yeah. We are. I don't like. I want to remember people, for their best parts. Like not when you're about to leave this mortal coil. I get the idea.
Did you just call it a mortal coil?
Yeah. How you like that?
Oh, yeah, I'm writing that down.
I'm learned. I'm educated.
What is a mortal coil? What is that?
I think I heard it somewhere. I don't know. I'm gonna Google it. Spute. That's a new word. That's also.
Go ahead. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I think that for me, I couldn't do it, and I think that's where we got to this topic. Last year, I was on Facebook like we all do, and I saw this this event, and it was a going away party for someone, and one of my friends on Facebook actually was at this event, and it blew me away because
So it was an assisted suicide going away party.
Yes, and I didn't know.
Okay.
I had no idea that. First of all, that was something that was allowed in Hawaii. I don't think any of us knew that.
Yeah.
And my friend Rich, also known as Happy Feet, was actually at that event, and we have him for the show right now. Yo, Rich.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
Happy
Hey,
Feet.
man. How are you?
How's it going, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? How are things?
Things are going good, man. Things are going good. We just wanted to give you a call, and we were just talking about how last year I was on Facebook, and I came across the pictures. Was it you posted the pictures, correct, of the event that you went on that boat?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we were talking about assisted suicide. So, and first of all, I didn't know that it was something that was even legal in Hawaii. And I saw these pictures, and I had to read it like 3 times before I figured out what was going on. So could you explain that event for our watchers and our listeners?
So basically, a fellow Marine brother of mine, he had found out that he had cancer and was dying at a fairly rapid rate. And what he wanted to do was enjoy the rest of his time here on this earth for as long as he could, as long as he could take it, free of pain, free of struggle. He just wanted to, he's a Marine. So, and, our mentality is, just slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Take your time, do things the right way. And just overall, he wanted to live life to his fullest. But what he didn't want to do was go through pain and go through, withdrawals and things that were possibly potentially going to slow him down. So he knew he was dying. And in the state of Hawaii, if all your affairs are in order and you set everything up that you need to set up, you can basically, I don't want to say commit suicide, but you can choose to die on your own terms. And that's what he wanted to do. So this boat party was kind of like a farewell send-off, for the earlier afternoon people that were there. We were there with him and celebrated with him. And then for the few people that were his closest friends were the ones to watch him administer this drink and have his body shut down in front of them and end his life, and to be celebrated, with the people and his friends around him. It was.
Sorry to interrupt you. I saw a movie about this a few years ago. I have to remember the name of it, and I'll put it in the comments. But I want to say I actually really commend you for showing up for your friend that way. That must have been hard.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. I'll say that, to say the least.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have been there to witness some of the things that I got to witness. But I think just overall, being part of that with the people that he cared about the most and trusted the most, I think was just, it was a thing of beauty, a thing of choice, a thing of just, I don't know if I would say manhood, but just, to be able to control and make the decision that you choose to, when you want to end things on your own terms is just, that's.
Yeah.
Did he have a family, brother? Did he have children, wife, any family that were there, or did anybody try to put a stop to it?
He had a few members that were close to him. more so friends, because he didn't really want the family to be around. You
Got
know,
it.
he just
How was
he
the
wanted to be with the people.
yeah?
Go ahead, Ivan.
How was the gravity of that situation? Was it like when you were there, right? So you know, did you feel the gravity of that situation in that moment, or was it later when you realized like this is that moment, like you? And then did you in retrospect think of like, wow, your own mortality in that moment?
So there was in I suppose in that aspect of inquiry, I would say that we felt the weight of it. You talk about gravity. We felt the weight of it months prior to, you know, I mean, we knew he
Right.
was dying, you know, and you know, he was a being. He was definitely a cosmic kind being, bro, because
Wow.
that man was in full celebration mode for months. Probably, he knew that he wanted to do this. Probably like, I'm going to say probably 9 months to a year ahead of time. So, with that being said, there was a lot of celebration, you know, coming up to that point, prior to that point, when the day actually came around,
Can I?
and we celebrated him weekly. Go ahead, Miss.
Can I ask this as respectfully as possible, because I'm trying to get a vision and a visual of what this was like for the boat goers. Did he pass away in front of you guys, and then was he just kind of there, and then you guys, kind of did your thing around him and celebrated around him while he was deceased, or was it like, and I'm saying this out of full respect, or did he wait till?
No.
I'm just kind of going to get an idea of what this was like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So basically, it was a boat party with all the
Okay,
people that
which we
loved him,
love.
and
Hmm.
he was a he was a man that loved his house head community, loved the house music, loved the DJs and all that stuff.
Okay.
And so we partied with him. We partied with him during the daytime, during sunlight, and then once the moon came out, the majority of people got off the boat. We brought the boat back to the pier. The majority of the people that didn't know him or weren't part of the really understanding the situation got off the boat, and then we went back on and went out to the water, and come around the midnight 2 a.m. time frame, Hawaii time, he took his drink, and his body shut down, and there's about 9 people around him in a
Wow.
circle, and once he moved on, because they laid him down on the floor, and once he took that shot, he given about the next 10 minutes, he felt he felt some pain, because he mentioned that his arms felt like they were on fire, but that was momentarily, that passed very quickly, and then he died. His heart stopped.
Wow.
He,
Wow.
he died, and he was on the floor, and the people around him, just obviously a lot of people were in tears and stuff, and things of that nature, but the people that were around him the most, were the ones that he cared for, and that cared for him.
Wow.
You did inquire about a family member. There was I think that his sister. I think there was one sister. I know I said no, but I think his sister. I only met her once, and it was that day, and she was there to kind of make everything, get everything in order and everything. And so then, that being said, once they made their way back in the morning, there were police officers and things of that nature to help with the body and
Wow.
stuff like that.
I
So
see.
Wow. So it's a drink that they take.
that's what he had. I'm not sure if there's any other
Okay,
option,
gotcha.
but he did have a drink. He did have a drink
Wow.
that he downed, and
I believe it
Powerful.
is
Goosebumps.
medication. There is
Goosebumps.
medication, and that's what the new bill. The reason I believe he was able, or I'm not sure, but last year was when they shortened the time. It would take 20 days or more. but they shortened it to to more than that, to 20 to 5 days. And if it was an imminent death, that you knew that it was within a couple, a day or so, then there would be no waiting time whatsoever. What was just
Makes
passed
sense.
last year, I believe that was Bill HB 650. So. Hey, Rich, I want to say thank you so very much for sharing your experience. I'm sure it's not easy to bring up those kind of memories.
Yeah,
I just want to ask
you.
one last question for yourself. Like, would you see yourself doing something like that if it was imminent?
If in the event that I guess, realistically speaking, I would have to be in the mindset to where I was unhappy. I think the only way that I would be able to do something like that is if I was unhappy. I don't see that.
That's a great
I don't see
answer.
that I don't think he was unhappy. I just think that he just didn't want to go through, or he didn't want to make people feel sad. So he didn't want the repercussions of his death to kind of like, earthquake the people around him, if you will.
Which isn't
those
that such a weird reality that before we brought you on, we were talking about the people that were for it or against it, or and having an opinion on what he was doing, but all the while he was worried about other people and how they were feeling.
Yeah.
That's realistically what it came down to. Yeah, I mean, because he. For the people that, his closest friends, we wanted to celebrate with him. We were there, there was DJs and everything. And then, then there wasn't. But, he went out with a bang on his own terms. He wanted to party and wanted to have a good time with the friends that he was around the most on a weekly basis, and he just didn't want his family to be, sad. So this is the way he did it, and that's how he chose his life, and that's how he ended his life.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Rich, thank you so very much.
Yeah, thank you.
It's such an incredible story, and it's really big of you to even share with our audience and us, and it's something to think about. And in closing, I want to say thank you once again. And is there anything you want to add to the podcast, or anything you want to say?
Oh, no, just thank you for having me on. I wish I was able to get some video with this, but, I was having technical difficulties.
No worries.
To bring it back to some happiness, though, before we let you go, I have to know why you are named Happy Feet.
Well, I've been dancing. Let's see, I'm going on 50 in March. So Mom put me in breakdancing classes in 1985 at the YMCA. That's kind of how it started. I've been dancing hip hop and house. Yes. I love dancing. I do it on a weekly basis. I do get vertical. I do things that I shouldn't be doing, and but nonetheless, I keep going. Put a brace on it, hawk two of that thing, spit on it, getting ready to rock roll, and that's how we go.
He spits on it. Oh well, sometime you're gonna have to come to Key West. Come to Key West and dance with me, because I love to dance too.
Hey, I'm definitely down to do that.
Brother.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to.
Thank you, Rich. Mahalo.
Absolutely.
Aloha.
Thank you. Aloha.
That's a good guy right there.
Wow, yeah. I almost teared up during that story. I almost teared up. I mean, listen, if I ever choose to go like that, you're fucking showing up.
Nah,
I don't care
know,
what you
yo.
say. Yes, I'm gonna need you to inject me with an ounce of cocaine, a liter of Jameson, I don't want a male stripper's balls on my forehead. We're gonna do it right. Promise? Window love.
We'll talk. We'll talk about it later. But no, so that I think the takeaway of all of this is, it's really poignant what he said. His friend didn't want others to suffer. He didn't want others to have to deal with the pain that he was going through, and didn't want to put others through pain. That's really selfless. And it gets back to everything else of caring about people. And that's a really big thing. And, sometimes care is letting go.
Yeah.
Sometimes care is letting go.
Wow. We need to get that on a pillowcase immediately.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it in every ex's house I've ever had.
Caring
is letting
Speaking of caring is letting go, what just happened yesterday?
What?
Well, Biden stepped down.
Okay, so you said that you wanted to talk about this, and this is a real reaction. I don't watch the news. I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah, so yesterday.
So who's stepping up?
Well, I believe he's endorsing Kamala Harris, his VP.
This is all a fucking game, people. Can't you see? Sorry, I'm so loud. Fucking chess. But guess what? If it's a female, if it's Kamala.
What are you doing with your hand? What are you doing with your hand?
If it's Kamala, the queen on the chess table can go anywhere. She can go more places than the king. So I'm liking this, but I don't know shit about her, and I don't care about fucking politics. So it's cool, but I will say this.
Okay.
I really care that Biden stepped down for his own fucking health, because motherfucker was like this.
No,
Ooh, bro. He talked like me on day 7.
Yeah, no, it was getting embarrassing. It was. I'm just glad that people around him didn't let it go, because it was getting sad. It was getting sad. But you know what I think. Here's what I think, and I want you to calm down before I say what I'm going to say, because I don't think you've thought about this. If he's going to promote her and endorse her for president, who would she pick for vice president? Huh?
Augie T. Just
Augie
kidding. That was
T.
our last episode. I really don't know politics too much, but I would hope Obama. Can Obama be the vice president?
Obama can't. Obama can't. But
Michelle? Seriously?
I don't know.
Don't get my panties in a freaking bunch right now, because that would be badass.
They're moist.
Selfishly. Yeah, that's true. That's a lot of vagina. That's a lot of V.
There's a lot of meat.
I wonder if their fucking presidential campaign is going to be scissors.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey. And then somebody's going to step in that's gay, and then we're going to get the whole thing going, and then we're going to get a transgender in there, and it's going to be a rainbowy world. But I think that's selfishly, I'm going to be honest. What the fuck is happening there? Is fucking Biden driving by in the background? Christ. This is why I don't miss Waikiki. You can hear the freaking
You realize that that's all going to get scrubbed, right? You realize that no one's going to hear that.
No, I want you to play that. It's awesome.
No.
Don't scrub everything. We're still live. Cool. All right. Well, back to the political shit. Father, Mafia, actually said he's not happy with either candidate. He's a voter, so I'm not. But he's a voter. He was like, I think that we're in trouble because, he's not a huge fan of Trump. But then he said that Biden's even more of a narcissist because he wouldn't step down, knowing that he couldn't really step up. This is not my words. Into, step down into knowing that he couldn't take care of us.
To be fair, when you have a team around you telling you things, right? With him, it's not just him, looking at the news and everything else. He's probably not at all. His team was telling him, you can win. And I think finally got to the point where, no.
Well, I hope that my president is strong enough to fight against the other fucking people that are telling him what to do. Because that's the whole problem.
Yeah, I'm just glad that somebody was honest with him and said, you got to stop. Because even if he did get, let's just say he got it, right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine in a year?
Well, who was the vice president? See, this is how much I don't even know. The vice president would have been president.
Right.
So that's why, that's all that matters, is that we know that was going to happen.
yeah, so with all of that, we'll see what happens from here. We'll see what happens from here. It's a weird, weird time. And since we're talking about weird times, how is your love life?
Oh, that's such a good segue. Squirrel. I don't have one. You know what? I am so in love with me. I actually am going to marry myself. I'll send you an invite.
Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But
I think
no,
I'm
yeah,
the only person that, yeah, go ahead.
So your DMs now, are they completely, are they dried?
I've taken a
Is it a
step
barren
back from
wasteland?
social media to focus on our podcast, my tarot clients, and living a more technology-free life.
So I'm not sure everybody knows this. So besides doing this, our lovely co-host here, Tantra, she reads tarot cards.
Yep, I'm a spiritual worker. You can follow me at Tarot by Tantra on Instagram and book me there. I've been reading for 28 years this year.
So I remember when we were in Italy, you got a set over in Sicily.
Yeah.
Do you use that set, or is it a special set, or she's gonna get the set? So Chewy, is that true? I think Chewy see Chewy in the back. He's seen things. Oh wait, she can still hear me. Shit.
I can still fucking hear you.
God damn it.
Authentic Italian, ancient Italian tarot. Let's pull one. Let's pull one for you.
So I was going to ask you. If you were to just pull one right now, if you just pulled one right now, would that be fate? What would it be? You got to just put it randomly.
Fate.
Like, do you shuffle them? Like you shuffle cards?
Yeah. Well, you have to take the energy out first, like that.
Okay.
This comes from many years of studying, and I have many clients. I love you if you're watching my clients. I hope you're not. But okay. So, by the way, we're under a full moon in Capricorn, which is about seeing things for real and breaking ancestral chains.
Okay.
I know you're feeling it.
All right. Is it an ace? I don't know.
I'm going to choose 3 for you, and then you choose which one, okay?
Okay.
Which one do you want?
The middle one.
This one?
The middle one, yes.
You chose the 5 of coins, which is 5 is a buckle your seatbelt number when it comes to stability. Ooh, I'm going to give you... No, that's not too good. I mean...
It's not good? It's not good? Why is that not good?
It's good. Wait, let me read it, because this is a deck that I don't work with all the time. This is the 5 of coins. Wow. Well, coins are money. Coins is earth. Okay? So here we go.
That's right, ladies. Money is coming my way.
It's pentacles. All right. Savings, economic spirit, patrimony, to be protected. Protect your patrimony. No, but really, for me, as a tarot card reader, the 5 is, you really kind of settling down with your earthiness and taking your time to really know where you're going to put your dollars, your funds, your investments, and stay grounded with it. Because you are in some debt, my friend.
No.
Let me pull one.
Okay. All right.
Ooh, the 9 of Swords. I'm definitely coming out of that. This is why I've taken myself away from society and taken a break from performing. 9 of Swords is when you are dealing with your shit, cleaning up your act.
Because it takes 9 swords. That's why you're like, come here, bitches. That's the first sword. Oh, I got 8 more. Let's go.
All right. So what's been going on with you? Did you get that phone number yet?
I did. It was the number 3. It was the number 3. I
mean, just for fun, just for our podcast. The fact that you can't do it for our podcast is pissing me off.
I will say this. I am definitely trying new things. After the last podcast with Augie, telling the world or the 5 people that watched that I did do stand-up once. I've always wanted to, so I actually did go out to a stand-up show this past Friday over at Hawaiian Brian's. It was called The Dope Show. It was interesting. So they did a set sober, then they went on and got blazed, and then they did a set high. The last performer actually kind of freaked out on stage. He thought he was performing for like 35 minutes and it was like 5, and then he just like ended up like dropping the mic and ran off. It was hilarious.
What, for real? That was it?
Yeah, no, you know, he was great though. They were all 3 comedians were fantastic. The Dope Show, highly recommend it. Highly recommend you check it out. And the local guys, there was this one local guy, I forgot his name, Kusama or something, but man, talent. I was like, wow, I couldn't hold a candle. So I'll be asking Girl on next.
Okay, and I'm holding you to that for the next episode.
Okay.
I'm holding you to that. I am not going to get a phone number or give a phone number unless you're fucking Bradley Cooper. Okay.
Okay.
I don't mean unless you're fucking Bradley Cooper. I mean unless
you're fucking Bradley Cooper.
I wanted to say this. If you guys want to check out what happened with, and you missed our last episode with Councilman Augie Tolba, please check it out. It's our episode before this one. You can hear about your debut as a comedian back in the 90s.
You know, once again, it wasn't the 90s, you little bastard.
It was the fucking 90s, bro.
It was not the 90s.
It was the 90s. That's what he said.
It wasn't in the... I didn't know him in the 90s. It was like 2006 or 7. It was 2007, I believe.
It was...
Yeah.
It was while you were at KWXX?
Yes. Yeah. So we went to Uncle Mikey's after. There was no Uncle Mikey's in the 90s.
Okay, I thought it was...
I'm old. I ain't that
check
old.
It out. You ain't old. You sexy. Go get that phone number and show it to us, okay?
Number 4. Okay. What? I'm gonna start somewhere.
It's a full moon. What are we letting go? What are we releasing? We're actually celebrating. So you're supposed to give thanks. I'm giving thanks to this incredible month of travel all around the world, which I completely reset my life with time change. There being no sunset for, that taught me so much. So I'm giving gratitude to that. I was on the airplane headed back home. This is full circle. And then I'm going to you. Full circle. I had a dream that I was in an airplane flying home from Hawaii, because I was in an airplane flying home from Hawaii. And what came across my window? Santa's sleigh and the reindeer passing us in blue, cloudy skies. So my Hawaii trip met North Pole at the end of my trip. That was it.
I can't
write this shit, folks. I can't write this shit.
Well, you're lucky that you came back when you did, because last week, the whole crash from Crowdfire? What was it, Crowdfire?
Yeah, the Windows thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
My cousin got stuck in Indiana, I believe, for like 3 days. Booked like 3 tickets back home. Couldn't
I was gonna say you could get stuck worse places, but what's in Indiana? It's almost like Delaware. I'm in Delaware. What do you do? What did he do?
If this podcast ever takes off, people from Delaware are gonna get really mad at you.
It's already off. I know. And sorry, I'm sure it's pretty. And then invite me there and show me what's up.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
A man with a job that's single. Okay. I love you. Well, wait. What are you releasing for the full moon? I want to know. What are you releasing? You have to give thanks, bro. Got to give thanks.
Oh, I have to give thanks? I would like to give thanks to my parents, who just celebrated their 51st wedding anniversary yesterday.
Oh, congratulations, Patty, an old man that I don't know his name.
My father, Ron. Yes.
Ron. Patty and Ron. 51 years?
Yeah. Doesn't it make you feel bad? Like, I feel bad, like, I'm never going to find anybody.
No, absolutely. No, it makes me feel
I'm not crying on the inside.
No. Honestly, it doesn't make me feel bad. I just know how unhappy they probably are. But good job on the 51 years.
Jesus Christ.
Good job on the 51
What the hell?
I'll send you a bottle of fucking Jack because I know that you need it, Ron. I'm just
Oh
kidding. I
my
love you
God.
guys. I'm totally joking.
So takeaways. What is our takeaways from this episode?
Let people live. Let people die.
Let people live their lives, because we don't know. We would like to believe that there's something after, and if there is, there is. But right now, enjoy every single day, enjoy every single moment, enjoy every single friend. So from Waikiki
To the Keys.
and everywhere in between, this
This was Shore to Shore.
Aloha.